Hi, we're Tom and Angel, and we're continuing our Yukon road trip by seeing as much Yukon wildlife as we can, before discovering and experiencing what the gold rush was all about.
Good morning. Another beautiful day in Yukon. Today we are starting our day at the Yukon Wildlife Preserve, formerly a game farm to raise animals to sell to zoos around the world. Now is owned by the government of Yukon, and it is a 750-acre reserve for animals native to Yukon, especially those who have been involved in incidents, have been injured, rescue animals, things like that. So a lot of the animals in the park can't be safely released back into the wild, so they have a safe place to live here. Got it.
This reserve is huge. They have 750 acres and the mountain goats have their own mountains. Fun fact about the whole place is that they do not name the animals that are born on the reserve. They only name the animals that have been rescued because it takes such a great deal of care that they want to be able to actually, like, you know, have that relationship with the animal. So only the animals here that have been rescued have names, which is really cute.
One of the animals that got rescued was a muskox whose name is Jessie. Now, she got abandoned by her mother when she was just a little baby. Apparently muskox are so bonded to their mothers that they had to have somebody with this muskox 24/7. So they decided to put a Jeep with it.
Land Rover.
So they decided to put a Land Rover with it. Hi, Angel.
So they wanted Jessie to imprint on someone so that they could have that relationship, but she wouldn't, and she ended up imprinting on a Land Rover.
Well, no, she needed somebody with her 24/7
yeah,
to imprint.
I think it goes both ways, where they need to spend time in order to imprint,
Yeah.
and so she imprinted on a Land Rover that would just stay inside her, inside her area.
So her Land Rover was her stepmom.
Was her mom.
Muskox fact. There's a cool symbiotic relationship here where the muskox have 2 layers of fur, one of which they shed annually. Now, this park is also home to the native ground squirrels who then take the shedded fur and use it in their dens.
Bison fact. Bison are the largest land animals in North America. They're huge. Mule deer, caribou, moose, all antlered animals. Fact, when they grow their antlers, they have a velvety skin layer on top, and that just helps to have blood flow and help grow the antlers. In about a month or 2, usually they start to shed them, and then the antlers start to callus. That gets it to that hard state, and then they shed them. So all animals do this except for the female caribou or female reindeer, which is what they're called in the Euro North. They keep their antlers way into winter, which is why if you see Santa's sleigh and you see that his reindeer all have antlers, that's because they are female reindeer. So Rudolph is female.
Thin-horned sheep fact. Horns never fall off, unlike antlers. Where antlers fall off annually, horns continue to grow, and thin-horned sheep specifically, if you look at their horns, they slow down growth in the winter and it becomes a black ring. So they end up with like a big white ring and then a skinny black one. So you can see just from looking at the horn of the thing how old the sheep is, like counting rings on a tree.
Lynx fact, they are really hard to find. But we managed to see a lynx butt today, and that means that we were able to see all the animals, which is awesome. We have made it to the Whitehorse HORSE, which also happens to be right behind the only fire station in the city. The cool thing about the Whitehorse HORSE is that it was a sculpture made from donations from people of Whitehorse. So it kind of represents not only the name of the city, but also the symbolism that they helped build the city together, which is so sweet.
Our next stop is at MacBride Museum. It is right downtown Whitehorse. It is the official museum of the Yukon and is one of the top 10 small museums in Canada. If I've learned anything about the information tourism part of Yukon, is that these people are really cool, they know their stuff, and that we're about to have a really good time learning.
Seattle and Vancouver. So you arrived at one of these nexuses and you had to take a steamboat all the way up through the inland sound of Alaska. Eventually, you find your way Skagway or Doggy. Skagway was the more developed of these places as it had existed before, but Doggy was always where you had to go. Actually, just referring to like your poke of gold. You'd like pinch his poke, take a little piece of gold dust with you. Oh. So that's how they pay for most things in the Yukon.
For $7, you can try gold panning yourself, and I got gold. Look at it. Look at it. I'll zoom in. You get a demonstration instruction on how to pan for gold.
It's going to be really muddy, and we obviously want to see our gold through all that mud, so we just kind of run her through a few times. Have you gold panned before, by the way?
No.
You never know, actually. The gold being heavy is going to sift to the bottom of the pan, and I say this to everyone, do not be afraid of losing rocks. I know it seems scary because the gold will fall out, but I promise you, like I pinky promise, it will be in there. It's the heaviest thing. Okay. Now when it's kind of like sand, they call it pay dirt because prospectors, I don't think we're very creative. But then again, I don't think you have to be too creative when you're rich.
Call whatever you want. I see it.
Yes. So that's what gold will look like.
Okay, cool. They actually do place gold flakes in there. I think they're worth about $5 each. Real gold. Oh, sorry, chicken arms.
The fact that you already remembered something I told you makes you better than 90% of the people.
Just immediately.
I try to pay attention. I try to do things right. Okay, how do I? Okay, I'm gonna just take out the big rocks because why?
1 hour later.
I'm missing something. I'm maybe nervous.
You don't need to shake it out. In fact, I'd recommend you just let the water's force take it. Don't be afraid to go a little more wild.
Ah!
No shaky.
No shaky.
Okay, sorry.
Just dippy.
It's all good.
Don't be shy now.
I'm scared. I don't want to lose my gold.
You already have your gold.
Is there a consolation gold somewhere?
3 hours later.
I'm getting impatient. Imagine doing this every day, forever.
Imagine the water being even colder and this water here is moving. And
you're in the water?
To find gold.
That's true. It's not $7 a pop.
Also, you've been eating and drinking nothing but like beans, bacon, and cheap gin for like the last week.
Living the dream.
I did see gold for a second.
Where? Excuse me. Oh, I see it!
But on their dessert menu,
Is that it?
yes.
Do I just boop? Oh no, boop.
It's heavy, Joe.
Got it. Yay!
You know, there might be more in that.
Is there more?
Maybe.
Oh my gosh. Excuse me.
There totally is more in that.
I personally put 2 gold flakes in there.
Oh
I can
my
confirm
gosh.
there is more.
Do you guys just have like a little store of gold?
Yep. Also, we clean out these pans once, like every 10 days. And we do that because like sometimes people drop their gold and we have to pan it. Well, you happen to be on day number 9, you two.
Oh, I see it! I see it!
So wait, what does that mean?
It means that if you pan the tailings, there's possibly gold that other people drop.
Ah.
Okay, well, Tom, you go get a coffee. I'm gonna be here.
Just gonna hang out?
I'm gonna be here.
If you want to put water in there, it'll make the thing look bigger.
I'm gonna wait till I get all the gold.
Yeah.
Okay, is there only 2 in here?
Yes, but if you grab all the things at the bottom, you never know.
I was able to pan some more because some people don't actually find the one that they place in the pan. So those losers drop their gold into the big bucket and you can actually dig in some more. And I found an extra one and now I have like $15 worth of gold. Doubled my money. After the museum, we went to Dirty Northern Fjord / Miner's Daughter to get some dinner in town, and it was really delicious. So now that we're done dinner, we are gonna head to our next camp spot. We're headed towards Haines Junction, which is closer to Kluane National Park, which is where we plan to spend tomorrow. So we're gonna drive the hour and a half to a campsite that's closer to there. There's a couple, we're gonna find one, and we're gonna camp there for the night so that we can get a nice and early start tomorrow in the national park. We reached Pine Creek Campground and it was completely full. So we talked to a park ranger that happened to be there and he directed us to another one. We're passing through Haines Junction and seeing the Kluane National Park, and it's pretty intense. It's What do you think?
It is hands down the most intimidating mountain range I've ever seen.
We're planning to climb these things.
We're not climbing it.
Okay, we're planning to hike in there. It's gorgeous. Like, we had to stop so many times just to look at them. There are no words. There are no words. We just made it to Kathleen Lake Campground, and the drive in, once again, so good. Words cannot explain. I don't know what else to tell you except that it's freaking beautiful. It's incredible. We're at Kathleen Lake, which is a lake that is in between some mountains in Kluane, and like, it's unreal. It doesn't look real. But we're at camp. We're gonna get set up. It's getting a little bit chillier. It's quite windy. The time right now is 9:12 p.m. and as you can tell,
It's still daytime.
it's still very bright. The sun was up till midnight. We had a bit of midnight sun last night, which was really weird, but really cool. Kind of just how that works here in the area close to the Arctic Circle. So we're gonna get camp set up. Camp tonight, like I said, is at Kathleen Lake. Before we set up camp for the night, we went down to the lake, and if we thought this site was windy, down there by the lake it is ultra windy. The park ranger did say that this park was particularly windy, which he said is good because then there's no bugs. But also right now, like, it's windy, our camp chairs are flying around, and we get random gusts in random directions, so the smoke keeps moving. I mean, it's a nice sight. We have an awesome view of the mountains, so we can't really complain. Right now I'm cooking dinner. I have the bison cheese smokies going, and they smell really good. We're gonna have some dinner and then try to survive the wind.
In case you're wondering, the reason I hold this thing is because when I put it under here, it doesn't work.
Hi.
Incredible how, like, you have to be at just the right angle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I genuinely didn't see it.
And also, I don't know what their butts